Hello lovely ones, here we are talking energy once again. What I've been hearing some people talk about is feeling like they're late to the party, or they're only just awakening now, or they're a late bloomer. And just wanted to give some information about that because it's not actually true. What we are perceiving as us being late or not on time or taking so much longer to awaken, when we're seeing people having these massive awakening experiences and getting in and doing their work, and aren't they wonderful? Those who feel like they're just sitting in the trenches and they're dealing with the hardships, the everyday hardships of life, and really feeling as if they are being a little overwhelmed by all of this chaos and all this misery that's going on around them. Those are the ones who are really doing the work. So if you feel like you've missed the boat and you're not doing the work and you're a little disappointed in your behavior for not showing up and being more fabulous, then let me tell you, you are the fabulous one. And the reason I'm saying this is because the only way that we can release and clear an energy signal is to truly know it. Know it to the depths of what it truly is, how it resonates within us, what it connects with, how it feels, how we see it, perceive it through ourselves and others around us, to get immense data and clarity about what that signal of distortion really is. And the only way to do that is to be immersed in it, to have a complete immersion experience inside of that hardship, that struggle. So for those of you who feel like you are almost drowning in the content of your life, or the drama or the hardship or whatever is going on, and it almost gets to the point where you feel a little overwhelmed, I would love you just to stop for a moment, take a breath, and look at you there, and see that you're still there. You still manage to get up every day, and you still manage to hold that space. How incredible are you that you can continue to hold a space that is feeling so uncomfortable, so sad, so distorting. How incredible are you? So this is the picture that I received to help me understand this. If we were to imagine that there was this massive building with this long corridor, and every room of misery and despair is off this corridor. And here, as right near the entrance, are just some of the rooms where there's a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of hardship, a little bit of pain. Nothing that we cannot endure on a day-to-day basis. We can pretty much manage it either by playing in the game of denial, defending, deflecting, distracting, detaching, destroying, either by doing it that way or just immersing ourselves in it and feeling like this is my world and this is what I'm part of. And it's all pretty chaotic and it's all pretty crazy, but somehow you just bumble along and manage, and so do the people around you. So you have those first few rooms, and then you go a little deeper into the stuff that is a little heavier. And these rooms are not so close to the light, where those big doors are that are letting the light in. And you've got to be a little bit brave just to go down to where the light is a little murky and be in those spaces. And then if you were to go a little further down, the light would become less and less from the light shining in from the door behind you. For those of you who are walking all the way down to the darkest place, to the heaviest burdens, to the awfulness. And those of you who know how to go there because that is where you are to go. That's where you are to show up as the healer in that space. We can barely fathom that. But trust me, the reason you are on the road that you're on is because you were asked to do that and you agreed. So there you are, taking this walk down this long corridor, and it's getting darker and darker, more and more shadows. Not so easy to find your way and to see who you are in this darkness. Not so easy to remember who you are. And then you come to that very end point where there is something behind one of those doors that is signaling to you that says, this is my pain. This is the pain that has been locked into our family ancestry. It's this door that I want you to open. And we can stand there tremoring in our boots. But don't forget, you have already walked down the long, dark corridor. And you've already taken yourself down to that place where you feel so hopeless and alone and lost, so forgotten. And you are already there. You're still here in this life. You are at that door. And all you want to do now is to really feel, is that the door? What is your heart saying? Is your heart breaking? Is your heart aching? Is there something banging upon your consciousness that says, stop now, stop now? And then put your hand on that door handle and open that door. And then, in that moment, because you activated something in your being that said, I'm just going to open this door no matter what. And because you reach out, because you put your hand on that handle and you open that door, in this moment, you remember that you are a being of light. You carry the light in you. And you stand there in that entranceway. And the light that is you radiates into that room. It only takes a small little light of a flame to illuminate a huge room. Darkness and shadows dissipate. Secrets dissipate. If we are prepared to go to the dark places, the hard and difficult spaces of our lives and experiences, and stand there and honor them for what it is that we know now. We have gathered immense information through all time. And all these secrets and hopelessness and sadness and pain and suffering, fear, anger, regret, shame, blame, guilt, all of these are the gremlins almost in these rooms, in these spaces. That we just lock the door and let's not look at them. That imagine you're the one and you open the door and you let the light come in because you remember that you are the light and you said you would walk all the way towards this pain and you would do it for your family and you would do it for your line and you would bring light into those places that are dark. And when you do that, my treasure, when you bring the light in, the light comes in as relief and release, letting go, healing, clearing, forgiveness, kindness, compassion. Imagine that you could stand in this place and forgive you and have compassion and kindness for you first. Could you just let it go, the story that keeps looping one generation after another? The fact that we displayed those energies, those behaviors, doesn't mean that's who we are. Behavior is behavior. Performance is performance. Even actors go home and get off the stage at the end of the day. Why don't we? Get off the stage. Get off this production. Allow yourself to see you as your own sovereign, beautiful being of love and light that is who you are. We cannot be anything more than the very breath of the divine. We are the very breath of the divine. In this moment, if you were to breathe in right now and feel this breath coming into you, is the breath coming into you any less or any more than the breath that is coming to me? It is the same air. It's got the same potential. How would you bring that into you and how would you see you now? Could you allow yourself to see all of your potential, plus your immense courage and bravery and determination and even your fabulous stubbornness for holding on and all this time until you get to the point where you understand how deep this pain is and how deeply it has been embedded in your family line. And then you stop and bring the light in. And the light is as easy as that. There is no more doing and pursuing. All the hard work has been done. The defending, the deflecting, the denying, distracting, destroying, detaching, that's the work, that's the hardship. Now we bring the light. You switch on the light and the light comes in. No performance required. Switch on the light comes in. There is nothing you have to do except get to this point. Could you give yourself permission to be at that point now? To say it's enough now. No more dragging along this clutter and chaos, these signals of distortion and pain, regret and shame. Could we just step out of the story that is crushing our human spirit? And could you stand here in your truth now? And just remember who you are. Take a breath. You are breathing the breath of the divine. Feel the placement of your feet upon this earth. You are being held here. This is your home for a little while. And all of us are helping to walk each other home. Could we just stop playing all these games of hardship and suffering and decide now that we are no longer playing in the game of suffering and survival, that we're ready to shift our energy into a higher trajectory to begin to thrive with collaboration, cooperation, kindness, and compassion. This is the energy field we would love and we embrace, and our heart is pulling us towards it all the time. In every point of pain where you find yourself, feel the pain, feel hardship. Know that point of pain and know it well, because right next to it sits the antidote. And if you know what that point of pain is, ask your heart, what do you desire? What do you long for? What would we love to feel rather than this? That contrast is revealing so much to us. That is the reason why we've been playing in this contrast, to get the revelation, to see it. And you who have walked into the deepest place, you are bringing light and awakening to those points of contrast that are so immensely painful that we can barely see ourselves in them. They have to stay in the dark. But no longer. So here you are. Make a decision, because that decision is not going to just affect you and your life and your journey forward. It's going to connect into your soul, and it's also going to bring profound healing in the quantum field of your collective community, your ancestral line, and all beings, because we all belong to each other. We are one heart and breathing the breath of the divine. Whatever you decide to heal, you are doing that for me, and I'm so grateful to you. And whatever I'm working on, I'm doing it for you. Don't waste my effort, and I won't waste yours. Thank you so much for showing up in this world, for staying here, for being here, for doing what you're doing. It takes immense courage to do a life journey, and for us to start to see ourselves as the healers and the bringers of light that we truly are, and we start to stand in that. Do that now. Do it now. There's no more time for us to play in the game that's stupid. Come on, let's do it. We can. Sending you so much love, my darlings. Deep breaths. Thank you for you. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you. I got time. It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit together.